Hey everyone, I hope you're all well. So I was tapping into some energy and it's a hard one because there's definitely shadowy aspects to this one, and I was feeling someone that has a sense of guilt around them, and it's like there's someone that maybe you are experiencing at this time who's acting in a certain way, and you're like, why are you acting like that? That's horrible. Like, you're taking their shadow and taking it as their true intention, but really deep down it's coming from a place of innocence and fear, okay? And they're teetering on the edge of revealing themselves, i.e. just jumping right in. I don't know if this makes sense, but I'm gonna go through, and as I go through the cards, it's gonna make more sense. So I don't know if you've heard the song "Whole of the Moon" by the Waterboys, and it's basically cut off. So yeah, the song is basically like, it's hard to explain. I swear that was a bat. That is wild. And that's crazy because there was a bat in my last reading that I did. Anyway. Well, so the Waterboys, The Whole of the Moon, is basically a song sang from the perspective of basically like, I saw the crescent but you saw the whole of the moon. Some of the lyrics, and I'm trying to explain. So basically it's like, I pictured the rainbow but you held it in your hands, and it's this duality of like seeing things from one perspective and then another, and one of them's like almost like I'm teetering on the edge of life, like too scared to jump in, and then one of them's like going all in and experiencing life, and then the other is kind of like almost too scared. You should go read the lyrics. The lyrics are extremely powerful. I should really have written them down and then read them out to you, because there's obviously a message here and you'll want to go listen to the song. It's one of my favourites, but it's this kind of, I see it as, it's like a love song really, and it's like, to me, there's one that's like, I wandered out in the world for years but you just stayed in your room, and it's basically like this kind of, to me it was like they were out in the world distracted, but you, the other person, they stayed within themselves, discovered themselves and transformed and did a lot of internal work, right? Very deep. It's a beautiful song. But there's someone here, it's because you have balance, right? The dragonfly. The lighting is horrendous. Let me fix this. Lighting. I'm going to put a light here. Beautiful. So, what I was feeling with this is someone sees you as this magnificent butterfly, dragonfly. Dragonflies symbolise transformation, growth. And if you can imagine like a dragonfly, right, and the way they dance and sparkle, and they kind of glisten and sparkle and dance around, and it's like, I seen when I was meditating and pulling these cards, it's like in awe. Someone was like in awe of this dragonfly, right? And it's dragonfly and pansy. And pansy is like, people call someone a pansy if they're like too scared, right, to do something. And it's like, there's an element of fear here, right? There's an element of fear from someone. I pulled this, work through your fears. And this came out straight after. And this scorpion has a shell. It's like very, like, I am not, you're not getting into my hard shell. And they've got a sting, and it's like, within them, this person has this beauty and innocence, and whatever's with this soul within them, or something within them. They're so scared to, like, for other people to get at or to see. Okay, so yeah, there's someone in around that, and you might be misinterpreting them, because it could be coming across like they're not a great person, because I've got a 7 of Cups here, which is confusion, illusion. This guy, he's like hovering over these cups, right? And he's like, I kind of want to let it all out and let my emotions out, and he's hovering over that cup, but it's like all these other ones are tempting him. It's this innocence, right, of what do I go for? And we got the Temperance card, which is a healing and divine, but then look, you've got the moon and the sun. It's like, what, this balance, right? It's this person playing with the balance, like jumping between the two, jumping between these different energies, right? And I kept hearing, someone's scared of duality. Fear is stopping the growth, right? The lighting is not great, so I need to like keep fixing the focus. So I kept hearing jump into the fog. I don't know if you've heard that song, The Wombats. And there's fog here. It's like being scared to jump into the fog. But in my head, it was like, you have already jumped into that fog. You've taken that leap. And someone's very hesitant to do so. Okay? Because we got Storm, right? These 3 cards are very interesting. So you have the Storm, the Maiden, and the Shadow. Okay? The Shadow is duality. The light and the dark. Okay? The Storm, the chaos of life, and the Maiden, which is innocence, okay? So the Storm is here to help balance equilibrium. So things are, it could feel for this person an extremely chaotic, mental, stressful time. So much shit's going down, right? And it's almost overwhelming, the amount of things that are coming up for them, right? And the Maiden came out because it's the innocence there. They've got so much to learn, right? And the Maiden is the first of the 3 Maiden, Mother, Crone. And the Maiden is like, think about the page, right? In the tarot, it's the beginning, it's the innocent, right? It's the in the world with new eyes. And it's like, there's so much innocence there. And they're perfectly positioned for trouble to come their way. Like, they can be tempted off the path. They can be like, oh, do I go with this? Do I go with that? You can be very easily swayed in that position. And this person really needs to grow up. And they could be drawn to the shadow aspects, but also hiding the shadow aspects within. Because we're all dual nature, right? And everything, death and rebirth, okay? So that's a dual nature. There's lots of duality here. You've got harmony and balance, and temperance. But basically it's like the dance of these elements is very, very difficult for someone who's just learning, okay? So they can come across, it's like definitely a younger person. They can be a little bit more selfish, but less self-aware, you know? But at the core of it, it's not coming from a place of cruelty or bad, right? It's just inexperience, okay? Because they see you as this person. This is the Judgment card, this full awakening, like, really, you've already released this, like, and shown this new part of yourself, this magical part of yourself that's always within. which can make people uncomfortable, because you are the epitome of transformation, because you are this dragonfly, and not everyone is comfortable with transformation and change. But you're one of those people, I'm getting, because you've got Six of Swords, that is in this energy able to move through the tough times, through the tough waters, into the next stage, right? She's got, the reason I'm saying this is you is because your next card was the Death card with this red shawl on. She's comfortable with this experience, with this death and rebirth. Like, you're happy to go through all those transformations. Like, you're well versed in it. But there's someone here, Two of Swords, who's struggling with the balance. Okay, there's a balance tattoo, and it's like they're not really seeing or hearing clearly because of this lack of experience. Now, in the Maiden card as well, it's quite dark, but she's covering her heart. It's like it hurts to love. It hurts to reveal my true self. It hurts to go through those pain, those transformations, right? It hurts. I keep hearing it hurts. I'm scared, right? And it's really fascinating because at the core of it, they do really care. They do care so much, and they have this, because the penguin symbol came out, and the penguin firstly symbolises the beauty of duality, which is exactly what we're talking about, but they also symbolise love, loyalty, faith and fidelity. And they do this like ritual. Penguins do this thing where they gift pebbles, right? So they're at the core really pure, really, really pure, and they have this loving spirit, but it's the environment and the lessons that they need to go through at this time make it difficult for them to show you or bear their truth, right? Okay. Now, I also opened up like the Anamkara to a page I'm going to read in a bit, but after I pull some more cards, but yeah, I felt really guilt. It was funny, it was like a guilt and it was like a shame feeling. And I kept, do you know the song Careless, is it Careless Whisper? George Michael. I should have known better. That's in that song. So something may have happened. There may have been a storm with this person. Something bad's happened, and like you're maybe perceiving them with maybe within your shadow parts. You need to release the judgment. Because we've got the judgment card there. Release the judgment and start looking at it from a more elevated perspective rather than an ego perspective and the damaged shadow side perspective, okay? No, these aren't, I need to read this to you. This is what I need to do. So, when I was reading on this, I opened randomly at this page and it was beautiful. Because it's about connection. Okay, and I'm going to read this. Their relationship consisted in discussing if it existed. If you keep shining the neon light of analysis and accountability on the tender tissue of your belonging, you make it parched and barren. A person should always offer a prayer of graciousness for the love that has awakened in them. When you feel love for your beloved and his or her love for you, now and again you should offer the warmth of your love as a blessing for those who are damaged and unloved. Send that love out into the world to people who are desperate, to those who are starving, to those who are trapped in prison, in hospitals, and all the brutal terrains of bleak and tormented lives. When you send that love out from the bountifulness of your own love, it reaches other people. This love is the deepest power of prayer. Prayer is the act and presence of sending the light from the bountifulness of your love to other people to heal, free, and bless them. When there is love in your life, you should share it spiritually with those who are pushed to the very edge of life. There is a lovely idea in the Celtic tradition that if you send out goodness from yourself, or if you share that which is happy or good within you, it will all come back to you multiplied 10,000 times. In the kingdom of love, there is no competition. There is no possessiveness or control, okay? So if someone, this is it, a review of another person, we can look at it from an ego perspective. If they're not giving me the love that I need or deserve or whatever, and it's like, that's not love. Love is loving regardless and giving that love and wishing that love upon someone and doing it for their sake, for your sake, for the sake of love, right? Rather than getting all twisted in ego and shadow and stuff, right? So there's a need for forgiveness here, and I need to stop looking at someone with spite or poison or anger. The more love you give away, the more love you will have. One remembers here Dante's notion that the secret rhythm of the universe is the rhythm of love which moves the stars and the planets. A friendship blessing. And this is a poem. May you be blessed with good friends. May you learn to be a good friend to yourself. May you be able to journey to that place in your soul where there is great love, warmth, feeling and forgiveness. May this change you. May it transfigure that which is negative, distant or cold in you. May you be brought into the real passion, kinship and affinity of belonging. May you treasure your friends. May you be good to them and may you be there for them. May they bring you all the blessings, challenges, truth and light that you need for your journey. Truth and light, okay? May you never be isolated, but may you always be in the gentle nest of belonging with your Anam Cara. May it transfigure that which is negative, distant or cold in you, okay? Right? When you're shining that light and that love, it can make people very uncomfortable when they're not ready to feel that within, or when they're not ready to break open. She's breaking open here, death, rebirth. It's like breaking open and being like this is me, this is just opening up to it. But despite that, if someone else, if you're trying to give that energy to someone and it's not coming back, know that that energy will come back around in other ways, right? But yeah, I'm being called to say it's like, it's not coming from a cruel place. It's just coming from a heart place. It's coming from a place of innocence and just an experience, basically. And it's like, people are on their own journey and they have to go through their times. And it's like, we can't rush everyone. Not everyone can be at the same point. So if you look at that song, Hall of the Moon, it's exactly the same thing. People have their own different ways and different timelines, okay? Graceful persistence. You have to remain graceful. And look at things from a higher perspective, the hawk. The thistle is spiky. It's a spiky flower. It's like people are spiky because they don't want to let someone in, not because they don't like you or it's because of them, and they're protecting themselves, okay? But this hawk, trying to remember to look at things from a higher perspective, okay? What else, Spirit? Yeah, look. That tower. That's what the storm card is. The storm card is the tower. Look, they look so similar. This storm, this is a tower moment, an ending, right? Something's come crashing down. Someone's reality has come like crumbling down. And Six of Cups is like inner child healing. It's healing, it's bringing up trauma from the past, but also like, it's also referring to like, so dog's loyal, okay, and it's like being loyal to that loving heart and to loving others through those times. How we are within our lives, how we show up in our lives, is built up of experiences we've had in the past, okay? And a lot of people will protect themselves fiercely. So try not to take that personally, okay? And remember that we all have, the way we view love, the way we are in relationships, the way we are in life, is built up of all of our accumulated experiences in life. But also with endings, look how beautiful that Tower card is. It's my favourite Tower card. It's like transformation will occur. The butterflies. You've pulled someone's soul. Someone is feeling really heartbroken. Someone is really feeling a lot of pain in the storm. This is a storm as well. It's like they're really in the thick of it right now. So try and look at that and be there with, like, to help heal that. Yeah. So I'm thinking, right, seeing Harry Potter, and I thought of Harry Potter last time, but this took me to the scene of, in Prisoner of Azkaban, just Prisoner of Azkaban in general, and it's like Sirius Black's whole character arc. Like, everyone thought this guy was a bad guy, but actually he wasn't. He was not a bad guy at all. He was a hero, really. And he was trying to defend his friend. And yeah, it's almost like, for me, it's making me think that the perception you have of someone is not necessarily correct. And you need to look at it from a loving heart. Queen of Cups. Meet everything with loving, caring energy. Putting your hands up and it's like, I don't want to fight anymore. That's what I'm feeling. We're all going through our own storms. But someone's feeling a lot of pain connected to you. Yeah, I feel, yeah. But people need to go through that pain to understand. Just to break your heart open. You need to break your heart open. That's just part of life. Breaking the heart open, unfortunately. Protection. There's a protection card. They're protecting themselves from that. And you can't pull people out. People have to deal with that on their own. Introspection. They have to deal with it on their own. Look within. That's why this is happening. This is why you may have been separated or pulled away from someone, or someone is not in your life anymore, because they need to go on that healing journey. So you got there. So you got to accept it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. It's what, opening the doors wide open to everything for this person and for you. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have this person in your life. This doesn't need to be love reading. It could be friends, it could be family, it could just be someone in your life. 44. It's going to be okay. There's a storm again depicted. I'm going to read from this book. I feel called. True Valerian is used to help calm anxiety. Pretty sure. Order, listening, acceptance, embracing imperfection, persistence, flow. Could be completely wrong. Yeah. Valerian resembles Neptune's archetype as the hair powerfully greatly relaxes the body and mind to experience deep states of rest, sleep, and even access to other worlds. Neptune is the planet of dreams and other realms, the subconscious mind, the psychic mind, imagination, and the fundamental connection to spirituality. Valerian assists us in abandoning the story that keeps us bound to one reality, allowing us access beyond our physical body into a greater mystical reality. Valerian supports us by widening our trigger points and helping us to zoom out of a situation that might be overloading you with anxiety or stress. Remember, go easy on yourself and don't push yourself too hard to meet goals. Valerian remedies the internal parts of ourselves that can embody mouse energy when we're overly analytical and judgmental in high trigger mode. The message here is to take measure. Although your foundation can be established with great order, there is a certain amount of flow needed in order to enjoy creativity and growth. Don't exhaust yourself in the details. Embrace your imperfections. So it's both of you are going through this acceptance. It's like, on the one hand, someone needs to go through this to grow up, to become a higher version of themselves, and another needs to come down and stop overthinking and looking at themselves from a place of abandonment and fear. Okay, it's like this person isn't in my life or has been ripped out of my life, but that isn't to do with who you are. It's just to do with the journey that you both need to be on. Okay, how can you heal? And these I feel with this, there's a lot of healing that needs done based on lots of, so this might be a relationship that you're going through now. Well, it's Venus retrograde, so this is definitely the theme for the last wee while, but Venus going back direct at the weekend, I think. But I'm looking at these and it's like all these red threads. It's like there's lots of connections you've had in the past, present, and will have in the future, but the past and the present, which have all led to this heartbreak. So it's not just this one. So there is healing that you need to do in order to, in this storm, that's going to benefit you in the future. So I'm going to ask, so with this healing, which is healing, this is like healing, emotional healing, the epitome of emotional healing, the subconscious mind, which dictates a lot of things in our life. But like, what let's see, Spirit, what is the likely outcome of this situation? Okay, interesting. So you have meditate and contemplate. You have confidence and intuition. It's like you're going to become, firstly, more confident in yourself. And secondly, your mind's going to clear. Things are going to become clearer for you because you've got intuition. And you're going to break some sort of part of yourself open, part of your shadow that's been holding you back from things. Emotional healing. Give me a second. Nah, I'm looking at the wrong bloody cards. It's these we want. I have one more card, Spirit. One more card. I'm hearing it's not personal, it's not personal, it's not personal, it's not personal over and over and over again. It's not personal, it's not personal. No. Right. This keeps going out of focus. Right. One last card, Spirit. After the storm is when the flowers bloom. You also got she feels, she knows. So you're gonna gain she feels, she knows. It's another transformative experience for yourself that you're gaining wisdom from. And you're going to start having more confidence, because the peacock is confidence, is stepping into your truth. She looks tired here. She's like, not again. Don't have to do this again. But it's like part of your journey, unfortunately, but also fortunately. I'm going to read After the Storm, because the storm was there. We had the Tower card. And now obviously this is the After the Storm energy. We had the acceptance card, which also had lightning and a storm in it. And it's number 1. It's like a new beginning. There's a thunderstorm about. It's either headed your way or just passing through now. Don't make a thunderstorm mean more than what it is. You don't have to fear it. You might even feel excitement about it. After all, a thunderstorm is just nature's way of gathering energy together that needs to be released. With a release of tension, relief and freedom soon follow, often with a fresh perspective and perhaps the gift of a promising, hopeful vision of the future. Perhaps a particular storm building within you or around you is causing you to quake in your boots. It might be a storm of building emotions threatening to erupt or already exploding, seemingly beyond your conscious control. You might feel an uncomfortable sense of emotional or psychological pressure within, and if something doesn't happen, and soon you fear you might burst. You may also sense that these are forces operating beyond your control, and you would be right. There is, in life and in the creative process, a need to allow for wild storms. There will be those precious moments of peace beforehand, and the release and revitalisation that follows. Yet the storm in the middle is essential. It is a natural part of the creative process. Without this building and releasing of energy, we would suffer from boredom and stagnancy. You may prefer the excitement of the storm or the fresh, open feeling that accompanies its clearing. You may find it comforting to be faced with the power of something in which you can only participate rather than control. Either way, the storm wisdom offers you the gift of bringing things to a head and clearing them away so that the energy can be freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something new. New patterns are being created. Sometimes the pressures that fuel the storms of our lives have been building up for a long time, without us being fully aware of it. It might be pressure from our own minds, creating unnecessary burdens upon us, such as burdens of fear or self-doubt. It could be pressure to appear a certain way or to fight against life out of a mistaken belief that this is unnecessary for survival. Sometimes the pressure is little more than the impossible dream of perfection and a need to gently, or even with great dramatic flourish, cast that aside so that you can dare to be what you are and create from your heart. Even if you're not sure what the storm is about, don't lose confidence in your ability to successfully bear its progression until you are safely on the other side. Even amongst the chaos of change and in moments of anxiety, know that you have so much light and trust in your heart that you can see the storm as a passing process and nothing that need worry about. If you can't sense the storm yet, this oracle is a portent for you. The storm is coming. I don't feel like that. I feel like that the storm is, you're maybe in the storm now and you're at the tail end of it. I don't feel it's coming. Your confidence is to remain intact. Whatever is happening or will happen in your life, this storm of sorts is transformational and supportive of your growth. It's going to clear away cobwebs and free you, open you to new creative energy in life. Remember, there can be no rainbows without a little rain. Remember, I pictured the rainbow, you held it in your hand, and as I said, I think you've gone through the storm, you're at the tail end, but someone's in the storm right now. This oracle is also confirmation that if you have been praying for help, they have been heard. Let go, hold only to your inner self, and allow everything to be cleansed in a sacred storm. So, yeah, you've come out the storm onto calmer waters, and I think someone's not quite ready to release into that storm, and that's okay. That's okay. Who knows what will happen? We have no control of other people's actions, thoughts, feelings, and it's also, we're awfully nosy to think that we should know. So remember to love, and even though you may have gone through heartbreak and pain, when showing your full heart, just allow it to open you even more, because that's how you feel that true deep love that is accessible in all aspects, because you have that love within yourself, you have that love in life, you can see it everywhere. You don't need to depend on one specific person to give you that. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful afternoon, morning, evening, night, whenever you're watching this. And yeah, try patience, try forgiveness, and try love. Is that a plane? Oh, there's something flashing in the sky. Must be a plane, but it's going really fast. Anyway, sending you all lots of love, and thank you for watching.